All right, guys. So now we will try to understand how we can also implement forms in a different method, where we will directly attach these values, the state variables, to the form. So now I'm going to make a small change. I'm just going to, as of now, remove the code of the show student function. And next thing what I'm going to do is, in my student component, I'm going to now attach the value of the name and age to the value here. Let's see what I'm trying to do. So first I will write here value, and this value I will make it equal directly to the name, like this. So value equal to name, which means the value becomes equal to the state variable. And the same thing I'm going to do with the age, value equal to age. Save it. And now we will see something different happening. Let me just show you. Let's now try to look at our component. I'll again go back to the app.js and add the component here. Save it. And now my component is visible, but there is a problem. And the problem is that whenever I try to enter some value, I'm not able to enter the value. No, I cannot change the value. This behaves like, a non-editable form value, which means you cannot modify the value. Why it is happening? Let's try to understand. So what is happening is that here, whenever I'm trying to enter the value, the state variable does not change, because it can only change using the set name and set age function. The state variables cannot change, when we directly try to change the value here. That way it does not work. So there is a workaround. What is that workaround? That is that now I will have to add one more event, that whenever I'm trying to change the value, that means onChange, whenever I'm trying to change the value, I will have to call a function. What is the function? The function is set name, which means whenever I try to change the value that is being entered by the user, that value I will assign to the state variable. How will I do that? Just have a look at it. So let me now make it simple, then I will show a shortcut. So I will write here a function called change name. Next thing, let me define the function here. Function change name. And it also receives an event object, because an event is happening, which is the change event. Now, where the event is happening? On the input box. So if I want to get the input object, I can write const input ob equal to event dot target, which will give me the input object, because the event is happening on the input object. Right? Next thing what I will do, I will write the function, I will call the function set name and enter the value, which is input ob dot value, which means whatever the value is entered by the user is the same value that is assigned to the set name function to change the value. Save it. And now let us try to see if my application is working. Now, if I try to change the value as John Smith, you can see that it is working. And the value is getting reflected immediately here. Wonderful. So what I'm trying to do now is that the moment I enter the value, the function called is change name, which will receive the event object, and event.target gives me the input object, and set name input ob.value will set the value. So this function is called as many times I'm entering the value. So the same thing we can do for age. Write change age. Write a function change age And again, it receives an event object and const input OB equal to, this time it is event.target. Next thing is set age, and the value is input OB.value. Save it. And now you can see that I can change the value in both the places, John Smith, and you can see it is getting reflected at the same time. And the age is 22. Okay, something has gone wrong. Let's see what happened. Oh, this should be target. There was a typo. And the value is going to be 22, and it is getting reflected here. So these are called controlled components, because now you are controlling the value via state variable, where you are assigning the value directly to the state variable. But you cannot directly modify state variable like a normal variable. That is why whenever there is a change happening, you need to call the change name function, which again calls the set name function and sets the value, and the same thing for change age. So that is another way by which we can handle, forms in React. Simple and short tutorial. So try to again implement this code and see if you are able to get it working.